Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is February 13, 2026. Scheduled pre-bidding conference for civil works projects for Cagayan de Oro First District Engineering Office. Let us start with an opening prayer led by our procurement engineer, Engineer Carol.
Let's put ourselves in the holy presence of God, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us today as we undertake this procurement activity for the bidding conference of the 5 projects. Grant us wisdom, integrity, and fairness in all our discussions and decisions. May transparency and accountability guide this process, and may everything be conducted in accordance with the law and for the common. Bless all participants with clarity of mind and professionalism. May this endeavor result in quality projects that will serve the people well. All this we ask, in your name, amen. In the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you, Ides. At this point, I would like to ask our secretary to please call the roll.
Good afternoon again. Attendance for this pre-bid conference, Chairman YC Ali Internal, Vice Chairman Engineer Pedro Silva, regular members Ms. Leah Inu, President Engineer Simar Process Kapalan, professional member Engineer Nico Lansaa, Head Back Secretariat Engineer Jennifer Ibanat, members Engineer Aida Manila Villarroy, Mr. Efren Payeres, and Head back to the Brgy, Mr. Marvin Jules Tuyugad. Members are the great President Lindsay Valdez, Engineer Lourdes Pedrosa, Engineer Camille Anthony Lugo, Engineer Anthony H. Casona, Engineer Ryan F. and Engineer Shan Cigardo. Programmers, Engineer Negro Castillo, Engineer R. Smith Valiso, Engineer Kenneth Park Quintero, and Engineer Sheena Marie. And there's the leaders from Turvey Construction, Mr. Lito Cartas.
Thank you, Gwen. So we are in quorum, so we'll now start the pre-bidding conference. So this afternoon, there are 5 projects scheduled, namely 26K0013, the contract name construction, completion of multi-purpose building, Barangay Center, Barangay Pagatpat, Cagayan de Oro City, with an approved budget for contract of 2,969,971 pesos at 30 centavos. Second, we have 26K0014, the contract name asset preservation, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along National Roads, secondary roads, Carmen-Patag-Bulua Road. Chainage 0 to Chainage 130, station K1443 plus 531 to station K1443 plus 581, with an approved budget for contract of 6,447,839 pesos and 17 centavos. So, third project, we have 26K0015. This is the rehabilitation of road at Barangay Bayanga. Station 0 to station 0+200. Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. This has an approved budget for contract of 4,293,805 pesos and 40 centavos. The port project, we have 26K0016. The contract name Rehabilitation of Road at Barangay Bonbon, Station 0 to Station 0+200, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis, Oriental. Then approved budget for contract of 4,294,371 pesos and 20 centavos. And the last project is 26K0017. The contract name Rehabilitation of Road at Barangay Patag, Station 0 to Station 0+500. Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with an approved budget for contract of 8,585,906 pesos and 19 centavos. So this will be discussed by our programmers, and questions and clarifications will be entertained after the discussion. So for our first project, 26K0013, this will be discussed by Engineer Mabel Castillo. So please proceed, Engineer Mabel.
So good afternoon, everyone, and also for our online viewers. So I'll be discussing the project name construction completion of multi-purpose building, Barangay Center, Barangay Pagatpat, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, with the coordinates of 124.58319 and 8.45902, with a contract ID of 26KH0013. So for the appropriation of this project is 3 million, and for the approved budget contract is 2,969,971.13 centavo. And for the calendar days is for 100. And for our major categories, BIC, WOPLC, buildings construction without piles, low-rise concrete frame, and its similar major categories is BIC, WOPHC, which is buildings construction without piles, high-rise concrete frame. So the scope of work of this project is mainly the construction of the extended two bays of the existing covered court with electrical works and elevation of the existing basketball court concrete slab with painting lines. So this is the location plan at Barangay Pagatpat, their Mamerta Street. So as you can see on the red box, that is the site to be constructed. And this is the location plan. And these are the site photos. So this is the existing building or existing covered court and structures. So as you can see, this is a perspective on your left side. That was the existing building structure, consists with the covered court, concrete slab, and light fixtures. In the right side is the proposed building structure to be constructed. So this would be the covered court look like when two bays were added. So this is our layout plan. So as you can see on the red lines are the existing building and the structures of the building. And for the red lines are the proposed building and extension layout of that structure. So for the floor plan of architectural, so we have the ground floor plan. So as you can see, 8 columns are already existed. And this is for our roof plan. So the roof plan is gable roof or double roof slope, just like the existing roof. So these are the elevations, the front, the rear, the left side, and the right side. The cross section and the longitudinal section. So for structural, So these are the foundation plan and the roof beam plan. And for the roof plan, we have the frames of the roof plan. And for the structural cross section and structural longitudinal section. Okay, so just like the existing trusses, we're still using the same spec of our steel structure, which is the 16x36 and 8x80. And these are our schedule for footing. We have footing 1,500 width and 1,600 length with thickness of 300. And for the column and for the concrete beams and for the trusses. So of course, our connection details for the rafters and trusses. And now for our electrical plan, we have the lighting layout plan. So as you can see, we only have, for the proposed, we only have 4 lightings connected to the existing panel. And for the power layout, we only have 1 switch to be installed and 4 of them are already existed. And for the grounding, we only have 1 installation for the proposed and also 1 for the roof air terminal. So let's not forget our safety warning signs. We have proper PPE signage, safety first, which are the SF1 and SF2, hard hat area, danger deep excavation, beware falling debris, construction entrance, and construction exit. Safety harness, welding and hot work area, authorized personnel only, fall hazard, temporary material stocking area. And for the summary of quantities, we have in the part B, other general requirements, the the B51, the project billboard signboard, which is 2 each. B71, occupational safety and health, which is 1 lump sum. B91, mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. And for part C, earthworks, we have 803 1A, structure excavation common soil, 31.35 cubic meter. 803, individual removal of trees above 900 mm diameter, 2 each. 804 1A, embankment from roadway structure excavation common soil, 70.22 cubic meter. 804 2A, embankment from borrow common soil, 38.86 cubic meter. 804-7, gravel fill, 58.56 cubic meter. And for part D, reinforced concrete, we have 901C, structural concrete 300 PSI class K to 8 days, 12.08 cubic meter. And 902-1A1, reinforcing steel deformed grade 40, 4,654.05 kilograms. And 902C, structural concrete class B, 28 days, 67.60 cubic meters. And 903-2, formworks and false works, 122.85 square meter. And for part E, finishing and other civil works, we have 1,013 2A, fabricated metal roofing accessory, gauge 26.551 mm, ridge hip rose, 17.08 linear meter. 1,014 1B2, pre-painted metal sheets above 0.427 mm, rib type long span, 296.33 square meter. 1,032 1A, painting works, masonry concrete, 74.71 square meter. 1,032 1C, painting works steel, 277.51 square meter. 1,147 4B, metal structure accessories turnbuckle, 8 each. 1,047.5A metal structure accessories for bolts and rods, 34.68 kilograms. And 1,047.5B metal structure accessory subrods, 42.62 kilograms. 1,047.5C metal structure cross bracing, 161.06 kilograms. And for 1,047.5D metal structure accessories for steel plates is 783.85 kilograms. 1,047.8A structural steel trusses, 3,330.48 kilograms. 1,047.8B structural steel purlins is 1,425.06 kilograms. And for part F electrical, 1,100. 10 conduits, boxes, and fittings, conduit works, conduit rough-ins, 1,000, and 1,101.33 wires and wiring devices, 1 lump sum. And for that part, I'm going to edit that, I'm sorry. So for panel board with main and branch breakers, 1 lump sum, 1,103, 1 light fixtures, 1 lump sum. And of course, for our summary of quantities, for all lump sum, we have for the removal structure and obstruction, which is the 3, we have 2 each of that. And for the conduits, boxes, and fittings, this is our lump sum. And for wirings and other devices, for panel boards with main and branches breakers, and lighting fixtures. And for a minimum equipment requirement, we have stake truck cargo, 1 unit owned, concrete vibrator, 2 unit owned, backhoe, 1 unit owned, dump truck, 1 unit owned, 1 bagger mixer, 1 unit owned, bar cutter, 1 unit owned, bar bender, 1 unit owned, welding machine, 1 unit owned, material testing apparatus, 1 set owned, minor tools, 1 set owned, truck mounted crane, 1 unit owned, 1 unit lease, plate compactor 5 each horsepower, 1 unit owned, chainsaw, 1 unit owned. For the 3, grinding machine with accessories, 1 unit owned. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you. Any clarifications?
Questions, clarifications? From our perspective, we have Sir DEO and Sir Nam. You have any questions?
None so far, sir.
And also from our online, we have questions from our online viewers.
There's none, sir.
And also we'd like to clarify the kita balik tong equipment requirement. Requirement sa backhoe, it is list, okay?
Noted, sir. It is leased.
So there are no more questions and clarifications, so we proceed to the second question. So our second project, 26K0014. Details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Kenneth Carl Pero.
Good afternoon, and sir, to all the online viewers. So I'll be discussing the asset preservation, construction, upgrading, rehabilitation of drainage along national roads, secondary roads, Carmen-Patag-Bulua Road with section ID of S 00584 MN, Chainage 0 to Chainage 130. Station key 1443 plus 531 to key 1443 plus 581. So size of RCPC, we have 1,220 millimeter diameter with a linear meter, which it's located on chainage 100 to chainage 130. Berlin Canal, 126 meters. It is located chainage 7 to chainage 100 and station K4 1443 plus 531 to station K1443 plus 576. RCBC, we have 24 meters. It's located on chainage 0 to chainage 7. Station K1443 plus 576 to K1443 plus 581 and chainage 44 to chainage 56. So approved budget for the contract is 6,447,839.70. So this is the table of index of the content of the of this project or the plan. So general drawings. So we have the vicinity map. It has all the details, the beginning and of every section, section 1 and section 2. With PRS 92 and WGS 84 coordinates. You have the location map. So I'll be run down the so this is the traffic management, but I'll discuss it later. And project billboard details. For plan and profile. So section 1 is located in front of DPWH First District. So the 0 is the center line from the regional road, DPWH region office to 130 meters. So it's in a corner between the gas station and the co-op building. So this is the plan and profile, and it's designed in vert elevation. Section 2, which is aligned to section 1, but before section 1 location. Typical drawings. This is the typical detail. Fix and removal and canal detail. Assuring RCBC schedule detail. Pavement markings, we have core pavement markings, standard pavement arrows, and then after the intersection. So for electrical drawings, we have solar lights, that's why it's included in the plan. This is the detail, including the solar panel. For cross sections, these are the cross section of the project. So for a summary of quantities, under DPWH standard specification for public works structure volume 3, building ports and harbor flood control and drainage structures and water supply system. We have 1, 2, 3, 5 parts. So part B under general requirements, B.31 permit and clearances, 1 lump sum. B.51 project billboard signboard, 4 each. B.71 occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.81 traffic management, 2.93 months. B.91 mobilization, demobilization, 1 lump sum. Part C earthworks, 8031 structure excavation common soil, 940.13 cubic meter. 8034A shoring creeping and drain excavation shoring temporary structure, 1 lump sum. 8042A embankment from Barrow common soil, 291.61 cubic meter. 8047 gravel pin, 47.98 cubic meter. Under part D, reinforced concrete, 901B, structural concrete, 3,000 PSI, class A, 7 days, 194.98 cubic meter. 9021A1, reinforcing steel, deformed grade 40, 16,271.57 kilograms. 9032, formworks and poles works, 1,368.40 square meter. Under part L-C, drainage works, 17181 B5, 5 culverts, 1,220 millimeter diameter, class 4 RCPC, 28 linear meter. 17205 metal frames and gratings, 4 pair. Under DPWH standard, specification for highways, bridge and airports volume 2. So part C, part earthworks, 1013B3, removal of actual structure, obstruction, 0.23 meter thick PCCP and reinforced, 16.10 square meter. 1013D, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 0.1 meter thick sidewalk, 223.20 square meter. 101483, removal of actual structures, obstruction, 910 millimeter diameter RCPC, 147 linear meter. 1014C, removal of actual structure, obstruction, curb and gutter, 115 linear meter. 1016, removal of actual structure, obstruction, concrete, 50.27 cubic meter. Part D, sub-base and base course, we have 201 aggregate sub-base course, 11.68 cubic meter. Part H, miscellaneous structure, as 601 concrete curb has in place, 27 linear meter. 604 curb and gutter has in place, 119 linear meter. 601 one sidewalk and 94.40 square meter. 6061 B1 pavement markings, reflectorized thermoplastic, white, 59.11 square meter. 6061 B2 pavement markings, reflectorized thermoplastic, yellow, 16.10 square meter. 6249 C1 civil arm solar LED roadway lighting, 9 meter pool, 80 watts, 225 watts, 1 inch. So this is the minimum equipment requirement required for the project construction. So we have trailer for equipments, 1 list, backhoe with pavement breaker, 1 list, payloader, 110 HP, 1 list, dump truck, 12 cubic yard, 2 list, backhoe solar, 1 list, boom truck, 1 list, cutting outfit, 1 ohm motorized road grader, 1 list, vibratory roller, 1 list, water truck, or pump all models, 1 list, concrete vibrator, flexible shaft, type 2 inches head diameter, 2 list, 1 bagger mixer, 1 ohm concrete saw, 14 inches blade diameter, 1 ohm crawler crane, standard boom, all models, 1 list, vibro hammer, 1 list, welding machine, gas or diesel driven, 1 list, water pump, 100 millimeter suction diameter, 1 list, plate compactor, 1 list, concrete, 1 list, bar cutter, 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, 1 ohm, Bar bender, 25 mm maximum rebar diameter, 3-phase, 1 ohm. Cargo or service truck, 1 list. Laboratory testing apparatus, 1 ohm. Two-way radio, 2 list. Fire kit flashlight, 11 list. Cargo or service all models na 2 to 5 metric tons, 1 list. Truck mounted crane, 1 list. So that will be all. Any questions, clarifications?
So any questions, clarifications from our prospective bidders? And from our online viewers?
There's no report.
Okay, before we proceed with the third project, I would like to acknowledge first one of our invited observers, Kagawad Ram Paulo Ilaan from NCO Batat. Sir, welcome and very good. And we have another prospective bidder, person of Sir Kirby Ryan. Kirby Ryan Rana of Edwanson. Correct, sir? Welcome. So we proceed with the next project.
This project is subject for visibility, so I'll be updated, update the.
Our prospective bidders, this project will be subject for bid. So the third project, 26K0015. Details of this project will be discussed by General Aris Calisum.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Rehabilitation of road at Barangay Bayanga, Station 0 to Station 200, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, Barangay Bayanga, Cagayan de Oro. So, this project has two sections. Section 1 has 0 to 146.12 and Section 2 has 0 to 53.88. In amounting to 200-meter length. So the approved budget for the contract is 4,293,805.40. So the scope of work is construction or improvement of existing gravel road to paved road with PCCP width of 3.05 meters, both sides, and thickness of 0.23 meters. So there's also a remove and replace of the existing paved road in the beginning section of the project. And installation of solar LED roadway lightings. So general drawing is it is located in Barangay Bayanga. So if we look at this road, this is the road going to for familiarity, it's the road going to Hantiko Adventures. Then you go to the right side. So also the access road towards one of our tourism caves. So this is the site depth. I have here the section 1 in the section 2. So the beginning of section 1 has a 13-meter remove and replace. Then the other for the other it is construction of improvement of gravel road to paved road. So this is the disposal site plan. So for familiarity, this is the site images, beginning and the end of the project. So for the plan profile, this is the plan and profile. Also the placement of the, you can see there's a placement of the solar LED roadway lighting. So for typical drawings, this is the This is the typical drawing. Um, the road will be composed of two-lane, 3.05 width, and installation of the solar lights, and also there's also a reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking, so there's the details. And also there's a junction from section 1 and section 2, so there's a need for a PCCP flaring. So for the PCCP details and geometric design standard drawings. For the summary of quantities, we have here project and B.5 project billboard and signboard for each. B.72 occupational safety and health program, 1 lump sum. B.81 traffic management, 1.47 months. B.9 mobilization demobilization, 1 lump sum. 1013B3 removal of actual structures obstruction, 0.23 meter thick. PCCP reinforced 80.15 square meter. 1022 surplus common excavation for 468.72 cubic meter. 1031A structure excavation common soil, 15.84 cubic. 1041A embankment from roadway excavation common soil, 137.65 cubic. 1047 gravel fill, 1.44 cubic. For the 2011 aggregate base course, we have here 248.37 cubic. For 311C1 Portland cement concrete pavement and reinforced, 0.23 meters thick, 14 days. 1,241.87 square meter. 4041A reinforcing steel grade 40, 655.61 kilograms. 4051A2 structural concrete 20.68 megapascal class A 14 days, 7.32 cubic. And 4056 structural concrete painting works 8 square meter. 6121 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement white 53.05 square meter. 6122 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement markings yellow 5.68 square meter. And 6249C1 single arm solar LED roadway lighting, 9 meter pole, 80 watts to 125 watts, 10 each. So for the minimum equipment requirement, we have here backhoe, 1 list, dump truck, 2 on, bulldozer, 1 list, payloader, 1 list, motorized road grader, 1 list, vibratory roller, 1 list, water truck pump, 1 on, plate compactor, 1 on, transit mixer, 4 list, concrete vibrator, 2 on, concrete batch plant, 1 list, concrete screeder, 1 on, concrete saw, 1 on, bar cutter, 1 on, joint sealer machine, 1 list, bar bender, 1 on, 1 bagger mixer, 1 on, truck mounted crane, 1 lease, cargo service truck 2 to 5 metric ton, 1 lease, cargo service truck 9 to 10 metric ton, 1 lease, backhoe with breaker, 1 lease, applicator machine, 1 lease, kneading machine, 1 lease, material testing apparatus, 1 on, and barricade flasher light, 4 on. So this is the specifications for the solar LED roadway lighting. That's all for this presentation.
Thank you, Engineer Aris. So do you have any questions and clarifications from our president leaders?
None so far.
Uh,
So,
How about from our online? Okay. So we proceed to the fourth project. This is in 26/8/0016, and the details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Sheena of Pilatory.
Once again, good afternoon, everyone, and to all our online viewers, good afternoon. Presenting to you 26 KH 0016 Rehabilitation of Roads at Barangay Bonbon, Station 0+00 to Station 0+200. With the calendar days of 77. Location, Barangay Bonbon. With an ABC of 4,292,681 pesos and 91 centavos. This is the location map of the project. It is located on Zone 1, Punta Bonbon, Cagayan de Oro City. The scope of work of this project is concreting of roads on improvement of gravel road to paved road. This is the beginning station and the end station. With a length of 200 meters, width of 5 meters, and thickness of 0.2 meters. This is the typical drawing for station 00 to station 800.8, station 80. With a width of 2.5 both sides. And this is the typical for station 80 to 110. There is a grouted riprap and embankment and 200 meters aggregate sub base course and 200 mm aggregate base course. This is the typical roadway section for the SOP area. And this is the typical plan for the street light. Item number part B, other general requirements. B, the tree permits and clearances says 1 lump sum. B, that 5 project billboard or signboard for each. B, that 7, 2 occupational safety and health program 1 lump sum. B, that 8, 2 traffic management 1 lump sum. B, that 9, mobilization and demobilization 1 lump sum. For volume 2, highways, bridges, and airports, part C, earthworks, 103A1. Individual removal of trees, 150 to 300 mm diameter, small, 10 each. 1011, removal of structures and obstructions, dewatering 1 lump sum. Item 1016, removal of structures and obstruction, concrete, 3.13 cubic meter. 1021, unsuitable excavation, 173.40 cubic meter. 1022, surplus common excavation, 128.75 cubic meters. 1031A, structure excavation common soil, 10.80 cubic meters. 1042A, embankment from borrow common soil, 429.18 cubic meter. 1071 overall, 10 cubic kilometer. For part D, sub base and base course,
201 aggregate sub-base course 59.60 cubic meters. 201 aggregate base course 353.30 cubic meters. Part E surface courses 311 1B1 Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.20 meters thick 14 days 1,000 square meters. Part G drainage and slope protection structures 5052A grouted riprap class A 99.60 cubic meters. Part H miscellaneous structures 611 2 seedlings or samplings for other programs initiatives 1,000 each. 624 9C1 single arm solid lead roadway lighting 9-meter pole 880 watts to 125 watts 50 each. Volume 2 highways, bridges and airports Part C earthworks 847 gravel fill 0.72 cubic meters. Part D reinforced concrete 901D structural concrete 4,000 PSI class A 28 days 3.66 cubic meters. 902-1A1 reinforcing steel deformed grade 40 258.57 kilograms. And for the minimum equipment requirement, two-way radio, 2 owned, barricade flusher lights, 10 owned, trailer for equipments, 1 leased, concrete vibrator, 2 owned, concrete spreader, 1 owned, concrete saw, 1 owned, mechanized joint sealer, 1 owned, plate compactor, 1 lease, vibratory roller, 1 lease, motorized road grader, 1 lease, dump truck, 1 lease, transit mixer, dump truck, dump truck, 2 lease, transit mixer, 1 lease, concrete batch plant, 1 lease, chainsaw, 1 lease, boom truck, 1 lease, backhoe with pavement breaker, 1 lease, water truck, pump, all models, 1 lease, bulldozer, 1 lease, payloader, 1 lease, backhoe, HD 8203, 1 lease, bar cutter, single phased, 1 owned, bar bender, 3 phased, 1 owned, 1 bugger mixer, 1 owned, cargo service truck, all models, 1 lease, truck mounted crane, 1 lease, laboratory testing apparatus, 1 set, owned. Quantities are subject for bid bulletin. That's all, thank you.
Thank you, Engineer Sheena. So are there any questions, clarifications? One, how about from our online viewers and prospective bidders? Yeah.
None.
Clarifications.
None so far, sir.
So let us proceed to the last project. 26K0078. Details of this project will be discussed by Engineer Aris Caliso.
So good afternoon again, everyone. So rehabilitation of road at Barangay Patag, Station 0 to Station 500, Cagayan de Oro City, Misamis Oriental, Barangay Patag, Cagayan de Oro City. So this project composed of 4 sections, 0 to 82, Station 0 to 112.12, Station 0 to 237.23, and Station 0 to 136.66. So approved budget for the contract is 8,585,906.19. So project duration of 89 calendar days. Scope of work is construction and improvement of existing gravel road to paved road with PCCP width of 3.05 meters both sides and thickness of 0.23 meters thick. So there's also composition of repair of damaged RC pipe culvert and installation of solar street lights. So general drawing, it is located in Barangay Patag. Specifically, this is Soldiers Hill. So this is the vicinity map. And for the site development plan, this is the site development plan where we can see the 4 sections. So this is also in coordination with the subdivision, existing subdivision plan. So we will just be improving the existing gravel road on the area. So this is the site disposal plan, and for the planning profile, this is the site planning profile, and I just want to articulate the section 1. So there's a section wherein a pipe culvert was damaged in the section, so we will be repairing it and replacing it with 2 RCPC and a 2 by 2 meters reinforced concrete manhole and extend 2 meters RCPC. So this is just a repair for the existing drainage area. So the section 2 is improvement of the gravel road and solar street lights. Also at section 3 and at section 4, there's a station gap. Station 31 to station 100. Since the station limits are we have a station limit of 500, so there's a need for the station gap to accumulate the to sum up the 500-meter length station. So for the typical drawings, these are the typical drawings. So we have here a width of 3.05 meter roadway and PCCP 0.23 meters thick, 14 days, and aggregate base course of 0.2 meters thick. So the construction also involved reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking, and since it is junctions, there's a need for a PCCP flaring details, and also the details for the repair for the manhole, repair for the drainage that was broken, and construction of manhole. So these are the details also for the manhole cover and the RC pipe details. So for the summary of quantities, we have B.5 project billboard and signboard for each, B.72 occupational safety and health program 1 lump sum, B.81 sorry for the this is just B.81 traffic management 2.07 months, B.9 mobilization demobilization 1 lump sum. 1022 surplus common excavation 862.31 cubic, 1031A structure excavation common soil 29.79 cubic, 1041A embankment from roadway excavation common soil 391.02 cubic, 1047 gravel field 2.7 cubic, 211 aggregate base course 631.58 cubic, 3111 C1 Portland cement concrete pavement unreinforced 0.23 meters thick, 14 days, 3,157.9 square meter. 4041A reinforcing steel grade 40, 1,370.63 kilograms. 4051A structural concrete 20.68 megapascal plus A 14 days 15.5 cubic. 4056 structural concrete painting works 12.80 square meter. 501 B3 pipe culvert, 910 10mm diameter class 4 RCPC, 2 linear meter. 6121 reflectorized thermoplastic pavement marking white, 138.25 square meter. And 6249 C1 single arm solar LED roadway lighting 9 meter, pole 80 watts to 125 watts 16 each. So for the minimum equipment required, we have here one backhoe, one list, dump truck, two list, bulldozer, one list, payloader, one list, motorized road grader, one list, vibratory roller, one list, water truck pump, one owned, plate compactor, one owned, transit mixer, four list, concrete vibrator, two owned, concrete batch plant, one list, concrete spreader, one owned, concrete saw, one owned, bar cutter, single phase, one owned, joint sealer machine, one leased, bar bender, one owned, one burger mixer, one owned, truck mounted crane, 21 to 25 metric ton, one leased, cargo service truck, 2 to 5 metric ton, one leased, cargo service truck, 9 to 10 metric ton, one leased, applicator machine, one leased, kneading machine, one leased, material testing apparatus, one owned, two-way radio, two owned, and barricade flashlight, 29 owned. So this is the specification for the single arm solar LED roadway lighting. And the details of the ECCP and its geometric design standard drawings. So that's all for this project. Any questions?
Yes, thank you. Is there any questions, clarifications from our prospective leaders? And from Kagawad, from that. So
We would like to thank in behalf of Barangay Patag for this another project that will be sharing us. Thank you very much, sir.
Honor also, sir. So, Barangay of Patan. From our online viewers, so that's all for the discussion of the project details. And at this point, I'd like to call Chair Lat for the instruction and guidance to our prospective viewers.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I will be discussing the procurements, requirements and procedures for these infrastructure projects. So these are the infrastructure projects with their corresponding contract IDs. So for the procurement schedule, the buying of tender documents will be until February 25, 2026 at 9:30 AM. And the deadline for the submission of bids will be on February 25, 2026 until 10 AM. And the opening of bids will follow right after the deadline of the dropping of bids. For the submission of bids, the bid submission may be done manually or electronically. However, bidders should only select one mode of submission, either manual or electronic. So here we have the manual submission wherein we have the two envelope system. The first envelope will have the technical documents, and the second envelope will have the financial component. They have one original and two copies for each components. And for the electronic submission, the details are stated in the bid data sheet in accordance with the DEO 87 since 2022. Bid proposals will be submitted through an authorized representative together with the original notarized special power of attorney or sole proprietorship or board partnerships, joint venture resolution with secretary certificate for corporations, partnership, joint venture, cooperative, which is contract specific and presentation of a company ID or any government issued ID. To ensure the representative is an official member and to prevent fraudulent actions such as unauthorized use and other contractors' eligibility for personal being. Next, for the first envelope, the bidder must provide a valid and updated Fridges registration certificate and platinum membership of all Fridges. So failure for the bidder to update the Fridges certificate of registration shall result in the automatic suspension of the bidder's certificate. Next, the bidder must provide a statement of the all ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet stated. Next, the bidder must also provide a statement of the single largest completed contract or the SSC. Also, they must provide the pickup license or special pickup license for joint venture. Next, they must provide the bid security. We have 4 forms of bid security. We have the cash or cashless check, the bank guarantee, the surety bond, and the bid security declaration with their corresponding bid amount. The bidder will only choose one form to be submitted. This is the standard form for the bid security declaration. For the project requirements, the bidder must provide an organizational chart for the contract, the list of contractors and personnel, and the list of contractors and major equipment units which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreement. Please see in the attached bidding documents for the required years of experience for the key personnel and the required number of units and capacity for the major equipment. This is the standard form for the organizational chart. The list of contractors, key personnel, and for the major equipment units. And next, the bidder must provide an original duly signed completely sworn statement, the latest general information sheet or GIS, including the beneficial ownership, duly received by the sector corporation. Sworn statement of eligibility and beneficial ownership, and the prospective bidders NFCs, and if applicable, a joint venture agreement. So this is the standard form for the omnibus sworn statement. This is the standard form for the sworn affidavit of eligibility and beneficial ownership. For the second envelope, we have the financial components of the bids. The bidder must provide the financial bid form, the bill of quantities, the detailed estimates and the cash flow by quarter, which are duly signed, original and duly signed. This is the standard form for the bid form. These are the observations of the previous procurement activities and the preventive measures and recommendations. So, are there any questions?
That's okay.
So, if not, it may continue. These are the legal references. For other matters, we have the Department Order number 169, series of 2025. These are the guidelines on the accreditation and assignment of contractors and consultants, project engineers. So as you can see in section 3, we have the assignment of contractors and consultants, project engineers of the DPWH project with the corresponding limits of assignments. Next, we have the Department Order number 111, series of 2018. This is the amendment to the revised limits of assignment of the accredited DPWH materials engineers. As you can see here, we have the classification of materials engineer with the corresponding limits of assignments. That is all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Girlat. Any clarification? Sana lang hindi na flow.
None so far.
Wala. Okay.
Muto kag sa dili ang presuhan dili
Strokes from the live viewers. So I think that's all.
Sure.
Discuss. Second. So that's all. That ends our pre-bidding conference. Thank you very much, everyone, for your presence, and once again, good afternoon.